Okay, so anyone who's ever had a brilliant idea knows it's not enough to just have it right. You got to be able to sell it. You got to nail that pitch. And that's what we're diving into today with How to Pitch Anything by Sergey Simora.
And this book is the real deal because Mora has literally sat through over 1,500 pitches.
1,500. Wow, so he's seen it all, the good, the bad, the ugly.
Exactly. And one of the most surprising takeaways for me was this idea that logic isn't enough.
Wait, what? I thought a good pitch was all about logic, facts, figures, all that good stuff.
It is important, but the book argues that you've got to hook them emotionally first. They actually use this kind of funny example like, think less boardroom, more. Chocolate pistachio crisp.
Chocolate pistachio, what now? Okay, I'm intrigued but confused. What's so special about a chocolate pistachio crisp?
It's more about the unexpected comparison. The book's point is that you need to tap into how our brains actually work. We're not robots, right? We lead with emotion.
So before I even get to my awesome business plan, my meticulously researched idea, their brains are already making snap judgments.
Totally. Think about the reptilian brain, that primal part of us. Before we've even processed a word, it's decided if we trust you, if you're a threat.
It's like fight or flight, but for pitches.
Exactly. But then, right after that split-second judgment, the limbic system kicks in. And that's all about emotion, excitement, intrigue, even that I gotta have it feeling you get from, well, really good dessert, I guess.
Okay, so I've dodged the threat response, got them intrigued. Now how do I make them care about my pitch?
That's where your unique value proposition comes in. But remember, it's only after those first two filters, the reptilian and limbic, that the analytical mind really comes online.
So even if I have the most brilliant idea, if I don't nail that initial emotional hook, it might not even matter.
You got it. It's about understanding that humans are emotional beings first. And that leads to a really key takeaway for crafting a pitch. You want to convey security, create an experience, and offer something uniquely valuable.
Okay, I'm seeing how this is already changing my whole perspective. Let's break down those three elements. Security, experience, value. Because I think that's where the magic really happens.
Yeah, so let's say you're pitching a productivity app, right?
Okay.
You wouldn't just jump into features and benefits, bullet points, all that.
No way. That's like walking into a party and immediately launching into a PowerPoint presentation on why you're a great person.
Exactly. Think of it like you're telling a story.
Okay, a story, how so?
You want to start by making them feel the problem. Like, really feel it. The frustration of disorganization, the wasted time, those missed deadlines. Paint a picture they connect with emotionally.
So start with the problem, but like make it real, make it visceral.
Right. Then you show them you get it, you understand the playing field, talk about existing solutions, maybe even point out their weaknesses.
You're positioning yourself as like, hey, I've been there too, but I've got something better.
Exactly. You've built credibility, and now they're primed for your solution. And this is where Moore brings up something I love, the power of the metaphor.
Oh yeah, he has that great example, the Fitbit for ballroom dancing.
Right. Instantly you get it. It's not just a fitness tracker, it's your dance partner pushing you to perfect that waltz.
And suddenly this kind of abstract concept has a real-world connection.
Exactly. It takes something complex, your app's algorithm, whatever, and makes it concrete, relatable.
So how do we find our perfect metaphor? This feels kind of tricky.
It's about making connections. What's the core problem you're solving? Now, find a parallel in a totally different world. Are you the Airbnb of creative talent? The Match.com for design projects?
Oh, I like that. Brainstorming those unexpected links is kind of fun, actually.
It is. And that brings us to another key point. Mora calls them keywords. These are those specific achievements, those metrics that just grab attention.
Instead of we're growing rapidly, it's we've seen a 200% increase in user engagement in 3 months.
There you go. Those tangible details speak volumes. Oh, and speaking of credibility, have you ever thought about leveraging established names in your field? What Mora calls godparents.
Godparents. Okay, now I really want to know more.
Yeah.
Godparents. It's like you need someone to vouch for your pitch at the big meeting.
It's more about the implicit endorsement. Like, imagine pitching your fashion startup and being able to say, Anna Wintour just loves our designs.
Even if she just like complimented your scarf once.
Exactly. It's less about a formal partnership and more about that subtle association. It plants a seed like, well, if this person thinks it's cool,
suddenly everyone wants in.
Yeah.
It's that feeling of scarcity and desirability. Really smart.
And it plays on that subconscious trust factor we were talking about earlier. But listen, there's one more thing from this section I wanted to hit, anticipating objections.
Ooh, yeah, that's huge. I used to get so nervous about Q&A always felt like I was on the defensive.
What if you could address those concerns head on? Build them right into your pitch.
So instead of them being like, but is this scalable? I say, and you might be thinking, this sounds great, but is it scalable? And here's where it gets really exciting.
Boom. You've anticipated the doubt and flipped it into an opportunity. Shows you've really thought things through. And speaking of thinking things through, Maura gives us this really brilliant framework for investor pitches. The 3-minute formula.
Yes. I was hoping we'd get to that. It feels like the culmination of everything we've talked about, the emotions, the structure, the content.
It's putting it all together. So it starts with connect, that strong first impression. Here's your metaphor, your keywords, you're setting the stage.
So no diving right into the pitch deck. Got to create that initial spark.
Right. Then you shift gears. It's not about persuading anymore. It's about understanding. Find out. Ask them questions. Their needs, their pain points.
So it becomes a conversation, not just me talking at them.
Exactly. You're on the same team now,
Yeah.
and that builds trust, which paves the way for the demo phase. Showcase your product, highlight what makes it special.
And by then, they're already bought in emotionally. They see the value. It's a natural progression.
It takes the pressure off that big ask at the end, because you've done the groundwork.
I love that. It's not about tricks or manipulation. It's about genuine connection. And ultimately, isn't that what makes a pitch truly great?
Absolutely. It's about that deeper purpose, the why behind what you're doing. That's what resonates.
So to all our listeners out there, as you go out and craft your own pitches, remember this. Connect, understand. Let your passion shine through. And, hey, maybe grab a chocolate pistachio crisp while you're at it. You never know when inspiration might strike.